Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book that he's read this week. Well, the book the old guy's read this week is called 1989 by author Val McDermid. Val McDermid, known as the Queen of UK crime, prolific author, successful author, not too familiar with the work, so thought I'd give this one a go. This book was released in hardback in the UK in August 2022. And it's just recently, on the 2nd of February 2023, been released as a paperback version. I saw it in the shop, I thought I'd pick it up, give it a go. It's a follow-on from a previous book, 1979, and features a character called Allie Burns. Allie Burns is an investigative journalist. She lives in Manchester with her partner, Rona, who's a freelance features editor. And Allie works for the Sunday Globe as a title owned by a company called Ace Media, whose owner is a very bombastic and acquisitive guy called Wallace Ace Lockhart. Ace has basically reduced the staff of the newspaper that Allie works on to the bare bones. Allie's the main journalist left. She's an investigative journalist. There isn't really anybody else for her to work with, apart from some freelance contributors that she has to manage. This somewhat frustrates Allie because she's an investigative journalist and feels that the titles owned by Ace are somewhat exploitative and looking for a great headline rather than a proper story. The character of Wallace Ace Lockhart in itself is somewhat interesting. He's a Jewish Eastern European guy that has built a massive newspaper empire. Has a daughter called Genevieve, a daughter whose name begins with G. Is just about to try and loan some money from his company's pension fund to fund another acquisition. And you have to wonder who Val was thinking of when she designed the character. But anyway, back to the plot. The book is set in 1989. There's the first part of the book, it features basically on Allie's relationship with Rona as a gay couple. What's going on in Manchester at the time, the music scene, the dance scene, and also some of the events. The book opens with Allie attending the Lockerbie memorial service. And we see a general slew of events. We see the HIV/AIDS crisis. We see the changes in Eastern Europe with Gorbachev being more conducive to Eastern European countries having their own independence. So all these stories are playing out. Allie, being an investigative journalist, is always looking for a story. And when she finds that some HIV users are moving down from Edinburgh to Manchester, and she wonders why this is happening. So her inquisitive instincts get the better of her, and she tries to find out what's going on. And it turns out there's a whole list of reasons why this is happening, including some trials with a big pharma company, which seem to point to the GDR, the German Democratic Republic, i.e. in East Berlin. So Allie is like a dog with a bone, thinks there's a story here and thinks that people are being exploited, and sets about trying to go undercover, get into the GDR, find out what's going on with this big pharma company, putting herself clearly at risk. So that's basically the gist of the book. This isn't an intriguing murder mystery book. This isn't a great crime thriller. It's a story of an investigative journalist who's like a dog with a bone, trying to find the bad guys and expose them for what they are, whilst herself putting herself at risk. So that's one story with Allie. She also gets involved with Ace Lockhart's daughter in an escapade with her on the other side of the wall. And also there is another project that she gets involved with. So I said, not a twisty murder mystery story, but certainly a good story of somebody, pursuing a story that needs to be told. I found the first half of the book very slow, very difficult to get into, because there's more a commentary on Allie's relationship with Rona and things going on in the 80s and 89. We also, apart from, we start off with Lockerbie we've got the HIV epidemic, we've got, you know, the changes in Eastern Europe, and we also have Allie covering the Hillsborough disaster, which, you know, to this day, you know, it baffles everyone as to why nobody's been, those families haven't received the justice they deserve. But I digress. So, a strange book in a way. The first half, very slow, takes a while to get going, more of a commentary on the times in the 80s. Second half, more action, Allie getting involved in all sorts of escapades, a lot better, a lot quicker, a lot easier to read. I'd probably give the first half of the book 6 out of 10, the second half 8. So I'll compromise and say I'd give this book 7 out of 10. I think it's a worthwhile read. As I said, a bit slow to start, second half very good. So yeah, worth a read. And apparently, you know, people that have read 1979, the original, say this one probably not quite as good. I don't know. I haven't read 1979, so I can't judge. But certainly worth a read. Again, I'll give it 7 out of 10. That's it for this week's brief book review. Thanks for watching. 10/10 till we do it again. Cheers.